Morning, beautiful friends. I thought I would jump on live quickly this morning, just having my morning cup of coffee. I tuned into my angels this morning and I was thinking about this year, as we all do towards the end of the year, and just trying to get a bit of guidance around what's a great way to finish off the year. And straight away, I got the message to sit down and write down a 2023 list of things that I have felt that I've accomplished and to acknowledge those things. So very often towards the end of the year, we can start to allow the ego to come in and to start focusing on the things that we didn't achieve, as I was doing this morning, thinking, going to the place of lack. So rather than acknowledging, okay, well, what were the things that actually I excelled at? Where were the areas that I pushed myself forward? Where are the uncomfortable things that I went to, that I did? I certainly went into other areas this year. I rediscovered my art more. I ran art classes. I went to events which would have made me feel previously uncomfortable. So there were lots of ways that I stepped out of my comfort zone. And then there were other ways where I felt like, perhaps I would have wanted more clients this year. Perhaps I would have wanted to have a bigger presence on social media. All the ways that we can tell ourselves, well, actually, I didn't actually have a successful year. But I just wanted to come in and remind you guys that it's so important to acknowledge every bit of progress you've done. When we don't acknowledge ourselves, it's almost like not validating within internally, because we're always looking for that external presence of, that we might have wanted to, be more popular or whatever. We might have wanted that relationship. We might have wanted that, career shift or, that job upgrade, or all the external things that we seem to value more than the internal shifts. So I guess what this process that the angels were trying to show me was to go back and see the internal growth, because the internal growth, even if it's not externally showing, is way more important. So anyway, I hope that helps you guys. So if you're feeling a bit despondent and that kind of end of year comparison with, hearing everyone else's stories as you do at Christmas parties and get-togethers, and, and feeling kind of either left out or not as though, that you just go into that whole story. And so this is kind of like a circuit breaker of going into story. So rather than going into story, just allowing yourself to actually drop in. And actually I did it in my notes app. So that's what I was guided to do. Normally I write and journal, but I was guided to put it in my notes app, so that it's there on my phone and I can actually add to it and go back and review it. Okay, so ways that you can be supported is I've put 2 different sessions out, which is the 2023, releasing 2023, which I've already done a couple of those sessions and they've been really great. And the other one is the scripting, so bringing in the new year and writing down what you would like as though it's already happened. So there are a couple of ways to support you guys if you're struggling at the moment with finishing off the year and what's the year ahead going to bring. So they're both powerful processes. I've done them several times. I do them all the time on myself. The scripting I've practiced for the last few months. So certainly wouldn't be offering something that I hadn't myself tried. Okay, and I just thought I would finish off this live. I'm hoping that this has gone live. I can't really see any movement on whether there are people on here or not, but I guess this is another way that I'm pushing myself out of my comfort zone, which is doing a live, because that's one of the things that I've avoided this year as well. So I'm going to add that to my list. So the year's not over. If there's something that you do want to do that you haven't done, that you've procrastinated on, you've still got it, you can still do it. So maybe, use this as a sign to push yourself to do it. Okay, so just asking for some guidance on what anyone that will see this video might need today. Okay, so there you go. Angel of prayer. Ask the universe and the angels for help and guidance So yes, this is so important, guys. You are not alone. You have support. You have divine support. You have your angels, your guardian angels, your guides. You have, you know, whatever you believe in, whether it's God, whether it's source energy, the universe, whatever. Don't get hung up on the names. Just know your higher self. If you don't want an external, you know, within, the higher version of you is powerful. But you need to ask for help. So when you're feeling alone and as though you can't, exactly what I did this morning, I tuned in because I've actually got my mentoring session with Shananda today. And I already know what I'm going to bring up in session, and I know what she's going to ask me, which is why I sat down before I go into the whole story of, but this didn't happen and that didn't happen. So go within first, guys. Like, tune in, ask the questions. What do I most need to know right now? What do I need to work on today? What's my highest priority? I tell this to you guys in session all the time. To really harness that connection within, so that you've always got that wherever you are, whoever you're with, you've always got that internal, you know, that part of you, the higher part of you that you can access in any given moment to support you no matter what you're going through. Okay, I hope you guys got something out of this live, and feel free to jump on my page to see the offerings. I would love to support you. I know that my sessions will accelerate your healing. I've been doing a lot of sessions on myself this year. I know that they work. So please don't feel like you have to do it on your own. Okay, hope that helps, and go write that list, guys, to finish off 2023. If you do nothing else, at least jump on your notes app and write what I've achieved in 2023, and actually go through, and things will pop up. Anything, it doesn't matter how small it is. It's just you really need to acknowledge it, because what you don't acknowledge, then you can't step further along the path. You can't like keep going on that. Like, if you're not acknowledging it's kind of like the way gratitude works. If we don't have gratitude for what we've got, it's really hard to bring more into our energy, because we're kind of not even appreciating what we have. It's the same with acknowledging your healing and the things that you do in life. If you don't acknowledge your progress, well, how can you have more progress, because you're not even acknowledging what you've already done. So a really powerful practice for everybody to do to finish off the year. Okay, see you later, guys.